Hello, motherfucker. Hello, motherfucker.
Alright, g'day ladies and gentlemen, legends of the highest regard, and welcome back to a stream here within Microsoft Flight Simulator. And the reason I say a stream, other than the fact that it is in fact a stream, is it is a different series. One that we haven't had on the channel yet before, but one that I've been eyeing off now since I made my return just before I left for Asia, and have only obviously had the time now to get it going. So we're going to make our way from one end of the Mekong River, or the Mekong Delta, depending on who you talk to the other, which will, unlike some river systems that we've been following, for example the Nile, this one differs in the fact that large portions of it are through canyons. So we're going to be flying through and above canyons on large portions. We're also going to be visiting a large number of countries, but only just on this whole journey. So we're starting in China. We will also touch down in Vietnam, in Laos, in Myanmar, in Cambodia, and in Thailand. So that's a lot of countries for a river, if you ask me. But anyway, so we're flying float planes on this journey, and you are encouraged, if you actually can, because it's quite a windy river, but you are encouraged to land on the water, especially if we see interesting or different things. Very much encouraged, in fact. Hence why it's float planes on the Mekong. It's also great if you run out of fuel, have a problem, engine failure, you know, anything like that. You've got an airport right below you the whole way, assuming you're not in one of the windy bits, or one of the elevated bits, or one of the really remote bits that even if you do land on the water, you're not going to be able to get any sort of help. You know what? Never mind. Let's just focus on the positive stuff, yeah? So, just to stick with the theme, our registration on the aircraft, obviously from what you can see according to the sim, it is Alpha Sierra X-Ray Golf Sierra Alpha, but it is actually Yuking, because Yuking Mekong. Tell I thought about that one for a while. Yeah, not my proudest moment, must say. Alright, so, well, I was going to say let's jump into the chat and see who has said g'day, but right now, it's Steve. So, Steve Allen, I mean, you could not have a better name on the internet if you tried. That is for sure. Alan. Is that Alan? Oh no, wait, that's Steve. Steve! I really hope you've seen that video, otherwise you probably think I need to potentially visit a psych ward. And, you know, maybe I do. Bikes and More is here, as is Calling Pigeon. All the people pop up once they start going, who else is there? Mr. Calling Pigeon and Bikes and More, welcome to the stream as well. And I guess I should welcome Steve Allen as well. Now, without further ado, we need to make the rotor on the front of this thing spin in a clockwise direction if we're to have any hope of completing this task in the first place. I am flying the G1000 this time around. I may split it up between the G1000 and the steam gauge, because I don't mind me a bit of a steam gauge, just having flown the TB21 GT so much recently, I figured, you know, that's like a semi-steam gauge cockpit. I was like, you know what, let's go back to some glass, or go forward, should I say, to some glass era, just to see if the experience is any more shattering in any way, shape or form. The next question is, how the hell do you start a Cessna 172? No, I think I remember. I hope I remember. It's been a while since this used to be the plane I would fly every single stream that I joined in that was GA before I started streaming. And basically, since I started streaming, I have not flown it except for the occasional here and there where I've started on the runway. So, bear with me. Whilst I refamiliarize myself with the buttons. Right, that doesn't do much. It's already fully in. Fantastic. Oh, that looks good. Master, avionics, we're getting somewhere. Yes, we're going to want the fuel pump for sure. Not going to get very far without that. And then fuel shut, pull off. So it's forward, so that means that it's just, I'm now used to checking all sorts of random shit because I've been stitched up by various aircraft. I want to press that. Oh wow, this is oh, what's it called? The working title. This is the working title G1000, G3000, whatever it is. Now this might sound insane, but I actually haven't flown a GA aircraft with this cockpit yet. Because obviously I've been flying the DA-40 and the Trinidad so much, as well as the little Cessna thing that Pilot Frank owns, and the bush plane in the Australian journey, and the 152 over on Route 66. All of these things are either non-working title cockpits or they're steam gauge. But looks great. Like, acts like a real Garmin cockpit would. Alright, so I think I've got everything that I need other than turning the key. So, okay, cool. That was relatively simple. Now we're probably not going to need pitot heat or anything like that. We will go with the lights. It's going to be weird. I don't have to like transfer fuel tanks mid-flight. I don't have to think about any of that stuff in a 172. Steve says, yep, seen that clip many times. It's also a comedian and a golfer too. Yeah, there you go. I was hoping that... so you are aware of the fact that you are probably one of the... you have one of the most internet-friendly names, then. Mekong is also... I just saw your comment, Steve. Mekong is also a wicked drink too. I don't know about you, but I'm not going to stick my tongue out the pilot's door and have a suck on a straw. Just, you know, Western stomachs and all that, just doesn't sound like a good idea. Because, I don't know if you've seen, like, it's hard enough to have the shits on a passenger aircraft, but I really don't want to be in a Cessna flying above a remote part of the Mekong, and I've decided to have a sip. Ah, there you go, good, right, well, not good, but good, you know what I mean, you know, like, my workmates diss me, that's fantastic, mate. Yeah, that would have been considered a little harsh. Alright, maybe I can shut my mouth for 4.4 seconds, which is highly unlikely. And we can make our way to the, well, runway, I guess. I don't know where else we're going. Just downtown Xinchuangbana. Start bib, coming through. Why is there... okay, cool. Played way too many characters in that story for it to make sense, so I just gave up. Alrighty. Good. Now, we have 2 knots of wind, which means nothing. And if we just reverse straight out, there is a runway behind us, which is spectacular because I didn't even realise we were in an airport, honestly. Where should I be? I should be going where the Pilatus is going, I guess. I don't think we need a pushback here. Just this bloke on the left better have his life insurance in order, that's for sure. Cessna, you want a forward motion? We've got like 1300 RPM on the engine. Let's go. That's like nearly 2 times what it idles at. Let's get moving. That's better. Calling Pigeon appears to have had a slight mishap. You're right there, Pigeon. You do realise we're flying along the Mekong here. We're not doing F1. There's no need to corner like a race car. I mean, I'd love to offer to come and assist you, bump you back over onto your wheels or something. But there's no collision in Microsoft Flight Simulator, so it can't. So instead, we'll just taxi past and we'll pull up next to you and we'll get a photo. That's what we're going to do. I was going to say, oh, we'll taxi past and we'll laugh, but there we go. Very good. Nothing to see here, ladies and gentlemen. We'll do a good old-fashioned top gear. When your mate's in trouble, you get out of there. Just leave them be to sort out their own issues. Have fun, calling pigeon. That looks like a right royal mess you got yourself into there. I honestly don't know how you did that unless you were literally cornering like it was a race car. Is Pigeon drunk? Look, the jury's out, Steve. The jury is out. Based on that manoeuvre, the jury is very much out. I mean, it would be very, very early to start drinking. It's 9 a.m. there, I believe, or 9 or 10 a.m. But hey, you know, whatever. I mean, it is Portugal after all. It's a nice beachside place, lots of tourists, relaxed lifestyle, laid back, maybe, yeah. Maybe he has had a few bevies to start the day. Hair of the dog, you know? Although he is currently with the spicy cough, so he may also just, you know, have had a brain fade. I was going to try and do the sneaky there and take a left onto the runway and try and do a sneaky, but you know what? It's not exactly... Actually, I think it's a massive runway. I was about to say, it's not exactly a massive runway. No, Bryce, this is a major airport. So what we're now going to do is we're going to swing a 360 here on the runway and try not to tip our aircraft over. Yes, changes a bit from the TBM. The thing that really concerns me now, calling pigeon, is now we've all had a first, you know, a first look at how you taxi the TBM. Does it need some new tyres soon? Does your TBM need some new tyres soon? You haven't worn all the rubber down, have you? Like, that's, yeah. I mean, it's a good effort, mate. It's a good effort. But he is now making his way over to the runway. And so I was about to say, is Steve moving? Yes, he is. He most certainly is. And then, who's behind me? Is that Bikes and More? Probably is. Let's have a look. I can't tell because the name tag's not showing up, but I'm going to assume it is Bikes and More. Steve, I was wondering if you were planning on parking at the next airport next time, seeing as you decided to park so far from the active runway. I mean, you may as well go for the next airport. Why not? At this point. Don't worry, we will wait for you, Steve. We will wait for you. It's just everybody else chose this side of the airport. Steve's like, nope, I've got to be different. I've got to be in my own part of the world. And now he's entering the runway ahead of us all. He's probably going to do a short field takeoff and basically finger out the window, you know. Screw you all, this is what you get. Even though I'm the one with the big mouth and everybody else is just sidling. They're just sitting idly by like, who invited him? I invited me. Oh, we're up in the roof of the Cessna. It's very different to being in the roof of the Trinidad. Why? You can actually see stuff. I don't know what my pilot does with his neck, but he's either super flexible in the neck area, or I just killed him by having a drink. Yeah, Brett, exactly right, which is why my call sign on Fly Live Studio is You King, because You King Mekong. Alright, without further ado, and based on the fact that we've now said that twice in 23 minutes, which has to be some sort of record, let's take off before I say it any more times. Steve is using the taxiway as part of his runway takeoff roll. Yeah, already been there, Brett. Already been there. I just realised I'm doing a flapless takeoff in a float plane Cessna. That's we're going to need to get a little bit more speed here before we do anything. Yeah, don't yell at me, aircraft. It's okay. It's yelling at me. It's like, don't sink. Well, I can't. I'm a float plane, number one. And number two, I'm not. Sorry, Brett. Just ruined your evening. I apologise. So I just need to. So I believe that we can already. Sorry. Let me rephrase that. We've got a small flight. Very small flight out to the actual Mekong from here. This was just the closest airport that was available. Now our destination today, and bear with me whilst I try and pronounce this because I haven't been keeping up on my Vietnamese. Ban Hue Sai. Ban Hue Sai? Who say? Hue Sai. Who say? It sounds like a... just trying to sound like an Italian man, you know. Who say? Who say? Alright, so we've got to get over these hills, but to get over these hills and far away, we have to first climb. Now, I'll spare everybody's ears and I won't break out into Miley Cyrus's It's the Climb this time. Hey, look, I'm a poet. I won't break out into the climb this time. Let's make a rap. No, let's not make a rap. Let's wrap it up. Come on, plane. Music is a touch loud. No worries. Can sort that out. Ouch, that's a microphone that I'm trying to... Okay. Everything's fine here, ladies and gentlemen. Nothing to be concerned about. Just, you know, bit of on-stream contortionism. Did I come in like a wrecking ball? No. Didn't actually. Let me know, Brett. Let me know, because yeah, that song is particularly, yeah, loud. Unfortunately for you, Benny, anyway, I did not come in like a wrecking ball. It's okay now? Cool. The most subtle adjustment on my little speaker thing. I'm wondering why we're getting no performance. Maybe because I'm trying to fly. Now this is going to require all sorts of interesting movements. I'm trying to fly. Well, that's the first problem. I'm trying to fly. So straight away we're doomed. But pull out some mixture, Bryce. Give the aircraft a good air to fuel ratio, because right for a moment there it was yeah. Online transmitter question. God, so many questions whilst I'm still hand flying the damn thing. People, I'm not designed to do this. I'm the autopilot king, remember? But yeah. I mean, I don't remember, Benny. They may have given me alcohol. They may have drugged me. You know, there's a whole number of possibilities. But I mean, if you saw me, there's a possibility. So what we're joining up with here, or what we're crossing over here, is the Mekong River, which is one of the rivers that comes off the Mekong. You won the AP prize on Icarus's Discord? Autopilot prize? Or... I mean, that... What? Now, how do you do the autopilot of this damn thing again? I think it's off to the left here, isn't it? It is. So then you put the altitude in like this, like so. So 5,000 foot MSA, so let's keep it nice and low for that. Nav, that. Oh, okay. I see what you mean, Brett. You spent most time on autopilot. I see. That's in relation to the autopilot king comment, I'm assuming. So calling pigeons following the Mekong River there. My aircraft, hopefully, should be about to make a right-hand turn. Maybe. Come on. Who's a good plane? Why? So my CDI is definitely on GPS. It is. 100%. Autopilot is on. The nav is definitely on. Okay. Help? It's never done this to me before. Yeah, it's just refusing to turn towards the magenta line. Even though I have my CDI set to GPS, I have my nav. I've tried vertical navigation as well. I was. It's just continued drifting after I set the autopilot. It's alright. I'll if it wants to play this game, I'll play this game. It's alright, Microsoft Flight Simulator. I've got all day. Well, I don't actually, but I too know how to play games. Sim. Alright. I mean, I know it's probably a user error, but it's easier to blame the aircraft, alright? Alright, now that I'm so do I still need to be closer to pink line with this cockpit setup? I've lost me mouse cursor. Found me mouse cursor. Okay, everything is correct with a little nav map. Cool, cool. Yeah, so whenever I hit nav, it just brings up roll. Right, got GPS. Give me flight director, give me auto. So as soon as I select autopilot, it goes to... There we go. Okay, so it wasn't doing that before, but I'm guessing that's by what you guys were saying in the fact that I need to be facing the magenta line for it to capture, which I've now done, and it has captured. Okay, cool. Thank you very much. Now, we will obviously spend some time hand flying down in the valleys as well. I just wanted to get a nice, see until we actually get to the Mekong River, which I believe is our waypoint that's 6 nautical miles over there. You want out of the room, do you, darling? I can do that for you. 2 seconds. Probably wants to go and play with Bella. Yeah, as I was saying, I just want to get a nice view on the way over of the part of the world that we're going to be flying in for the next... Well, I'm not actually going to put a time frame on it, because the last time I put a time frame on something, the world tour, I said it would take, 5 years. And then I decided that I would like a job. And I thought the best possible one would be head chefing. Now, the world tour is probably going to take 10 years. So yeah, not putting any time frame on this. It's just going to be something we're going to be doing on the channel for the next Yeah. Period of time. Calling Pigeon says the canyon is amazing where he is. Well, we're about to see the canyon that's amazing where he is because we're about to pop over the other side. Oh, sometimes water is just underrated. I mean, there's a statement and a half. But no shit, Sherlock. You like water? Your body likes water? Oh. Who'd have thought? I'd love to see this amazing canyon where you are, Calling Pigeon. The sim has just decided that I require all the clouds to be in my flight path. Every single one that exists. Alright, so as we join up here with the Mekong River, I think, well, no, it is, I know we are 100% joining up with the Mekong River. It's just, I'm hoping that I haven't, like, missed a whole portion of it. I don't think I have, but no, I think we're good. We're good. Stop looking at things, Bryce. Stop doubting yourself. Very good, very good. I don't know where Calling Pigeon's going, but hey, Garwin is here. He says good morning, good evening, and afternoon. Have a great trip, Calling Pigeon. Bye. All right, so welcome to the Mekong. It's well, it's wet. It's definitely wet. Could we land an aircraft on this part? Probably not. It's a little thin. Get the feeling that you might tear a ring off, a wing rather. But I mean, hey, if you can achieve it, well done. But yeah, I just here I was so confidently stating at the start of the stream, like, don't worry if you have a plane issue or whatever, you'll have a place to land. This is not where I'd like to be making an emergency landing. Although it does look like Bikes and More just put it down in the now bring it back up. Maybe it's just because I'm at 5,000 feet, it seems deceptive and narrow. Maybe it's not. So our next waypoint is Mengna Furniture Shopping Mall, which doesn't make any sense considering where we are. But that's our next waypoint. According to Google Maps on Little Nav Map anyway, that's our next waypoint. Now let's see if Bikes and More can get this back up. Where's my mouse cursor? There, hello. There we go. Alright, so most of this, I've just had a quick look on a little nav map. Most of this flight can be done at around 3,500 feet. So, even in the jungle you need good furniture. That's true, Garwin, that's true. Let's go down. Actually, let's just see where it's going to position us. No, that's cool. We good. Let's drop a little bit of a. Well, not that much. Drop a little. Altitude is the word I'm looking for, ladies and gentlemen. That's the word I'm looking for. I had to search long and hard, but I did finally discover its existence. Can you start dropping some altitude for me? Because I've asked you to go down to 3,700 feet. Hurry up. Let's drop it down. Why are we not dropping down? I said down. I said let's go down. We'll go down. Jesus Christ. Brett Place says, good day, Mr. BRB. I'm assuming that's aimed at me. Is that aimed at me? If it is, I can explain, Brett. I was at work. What do you want? I had to do things. If it's not aimed at me, I guess I've got a guilty conscience. Yeah, so I know you're at 2200 Pigeon, but I'm trying to figure out what elevation level I can get on autopilot for this first little bit, and then I'll drop down into the canyon. What are you singing, Darwin? That's not the downtown lyrics that I know. I mean, we're probably thinking of two different songs. I want to throw that out there. Let's get really close to these trees. Maybe we can even wipe some of the excess dirt and stuff that we kicked up on the runway. That was. You know what? What we're going to do now is what a few of you are probably going to be like, oh, why didn't you do that earlier? Well done. We're going to do this. We're going to actually get down in there and follow the river. I know. Mind-blowing. A stream about following rivers. Literally, a stream about following rivers. Yes. Why do I feel like this whole series is just going to be me making shit water-related puns? Because it's just the vibe I'm giving myself, and if that's the vibe I'm giving myself, I'm you guys are in for a rough time. Steve says B52s. Yeah, I love the B52s and the B48 don'ts, you know. B52s did a cover of that song, Don't Worry Garwin, I Got You. What song? I mean, are we talking about Love Shack? because I mean, that's a good song. Although I question how sober the B-52s were when they wrote Love Shack. I honestly don't know what gave me that idea. Maybe it was the weird animal noises mid-song. I don't know. This whole thing is going to fall apart. What? The stream? The plane? My sense of humour? My mental state? I mean, so far we're just listing all the things that have probably already fallen apart, going. Hey, James is here. G'day, James, mate. Welcome to the stream. Literally, the stream that is below us. That moist strip of wetness that they call the Mekong River up in this part of the world. It looks stupidly dry right now. It's drier than some of the humour that comes out of this stream. Yeah, no, I got the pun. I got the pun going. Falls, as in water falls. Haha. I'm, I'm having enough problem processing my own, puns. Let alone others in the chat. So just allow my 29-year-old CPU. I haven't upgraded. Probably should upgrade. Allow it to process. Yeah, it's a bit of an old school beat, isn't it, James, with the music, this song? You got enlightened about Love Shack. Yes, you did. Yes, you did. If we keep mentioning it, I might have to break out into song, and we know how much all of you love that. I hope people are still following me, all good. I haven't looked behind me. Can't really look behind me right now, in case you hadn't noticed. We're flying a couple of 100 feet off the ground in a very, 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 very thin canyon. Am I trying to ruin your week, Garwin? I mean, not deliberately, but it's, I guess I can tick it off my task list at the same time. It's one extra achievement for the week. It's not necessarily an achievement I want, but it's an achievement nonetheless. And you've got to look at the positives in life. Are you sure, Steve? Are you sure? I mean, I probably only know about 3 words without listening to it for a moment and refamiliarizing myself. So I think you're pretty safe. Brett Plays says, just don't say aloud on stream. Oh, yes. Well, why not? Nothing wrong with Baby Shark. Actually, there's a lot wrong with Baby Shark. So, our first city, town, whatever the hell you want it. It's probably not going to be a city out here, is it? Did Jacko crash? Or should I say bikes and more? God, that's confusing. Jacko and Jacko. But our first town is Banmal. So it's Dan Random's favourite town. So right now on this next part of we were flying the border of Chowna. We were flying the border of Chowna and Lai. Don't even know what that was meant to translate to, but that's what I was going to say. before I stopped myself halfway through. Let's try that again. We were following the border of China and Laos. Now we are flying the border of Myanmar and Laos. Garwin had to kill his Alexa. Do you get arrested for killing Alexa? I don't know. I feel like that's a criminal offense. James says, where is everyone from? Well, James, this might blow your mind, but I'm from Australia. I know. But you know, we'll do the whole talking stick thing. We'll pass it. We'll go around the room. Everybody can introduce themselves. Let us know where they're from. Say a few things about themselves. Get to know each other. Pretend we're back in fucking secondary school. And it's day one. Just Willie says, I am from Mars. Bar? Snickers? Either way, Mr. Just Willie, g'day. Welcome to the stream. Willie's here, everybody. Ladies and gentlemen, Willie is here. And now everything's just going in a positive rate. What can I say? Everything's on the up. Speaking of which, Willie does this stream that's coincidentally actually called Positive Rate. Who'd have thought? There wasn't a segue at all involved there. Nothing to see here. What was I saying? Oh yes, Willie streams. If you put exclamation mark Willie in the chat, maybe, hopefully, sort of. Don't quote me on this. I'm pretty sure I set it up, but yeah, exclamation mark Willie in the chat should give you a link. William says, hi, I am William and I am from San Diego. Oh, that's a shame. I would have thought your name would have been Carmen. Gowan says, hi, I'm Yeah, he doesn't say that, that's for sure. Let's try that again. Hi, I am Garwin. I am from New York and I am an alcoholic. Oops, wrong meeting. Yes, wrong meeting, Garwin. Willie, it is going... It's going. It's going good, mate. It's going good. How are you going? Yes, there is most well, there's a lot of Willie in the chat rice now. Just because they're flying in Asia doesn't mean that everything has to be related to rice. There we go. There is a link in my chat box. Who would have thought? Now, the question is, does it actually go to the right channel? That is another, because, oh no, you do, sorry, Willie, you do stream from your Just Willie channel, don't you? Or did that change? Just Willie is adjusting to life again. His son was diagnosed with type 1 diabetes. Oh no, that's not the kind of news that we expect from the Positive Rate. Okay, no worries, Willie. Appreciate the, at least I now know, but that's not good, Willie. That's not good. I mean, I know it's a manageable thing, but it's still not good, you know? It's not something that you go out of your way to try and start managing if you can avoid it. So Hopefully everything else though in life is donkey hoary. Yes, very true, Willie. Life is what happens aside from the plans you put in place. Very true. He's doing well, coping absolutely fine. That's good news. That is good news. Always, well, yes, of course, 100%. Yeah, 100% agree with you there, Willie. 100% agree with you. Calling Pigeon knows what my day was like today. Well, that's assuming he's checked his Discord. I'm just assuming, because I like to make ass out of you and me. Or I just like ass. I mean, haven't decided which one it is yet. No, actually I have. 29 years old, if I hadn't decided that by now. It's a very, very nice part of the world here, but I must say, so far, the river itself is, you know, a little thin. That's what she said. What? There's still plenty of time to get it right. What? Between deciding whether I like to assume or like ass. I mean, my Tinder profile literally says booty connoisseur. I don't know about you, but I feel like I've made my decision. Ah, you're funny. No, my name's Luke Luck, and I like to lick lakes. But I reserve the ass licking for as long as they've showered, you know. Jesus Christ. Even I surprise myself sometimes with what comes out of my mouth. Really, though, Garwin, it went further downhill than you expected? Are you sure? I mean, you've been on these streams for a while. I would have thought by now that you would have figured and remembered that anything is possible. Yes, he certainly did. He certainly did like to stay on top of, get parents to stay on top of themselves and troll. Yeah, I guess, does that make Dr. Seuss the world's first troll? Before the internet was a big thing? I feel like it might. There we go, Garwin. I feel like that can be my new... like across my banner on my YouTube channel and all that. Come for the flying, stay for the insanity. Or even come for the simming, stay for the insanity. Because it's not all flying. It's just flying to reintroduce me to streaming. We weren't the best of friends for a while, so we need to get reacquainted. I want the apple. apples are delicious. The book is called Fox in Socks. Fox in Socks on box? Fox in Socks inbox? I mean, I've never been referred to as the Fox before, but there's always time, I guess. Yep, exactly. A bit like green eggs and ham, which I want to, as a chef, I want to put it straight out there. Unless you've made the eggs and the ham green, if your eggs and ham are in fact green, in the bin. That's where they're going, in the bin. I wonder if I can borrow. I'm going to message Mighty Car Mods and say, hey, your clip, your meme or whatever, where you have Marty pop up and go in the bin. Can I borrow that? Because I feel like I never quite get the delivery, which I guess is understandable. I'm not Star Trek. I'm not Australia Post. In fact, if I was one of those, I'd be even worse at delivering. Oh, that's good, Willie. That's funny. Yeah, of course, because they just assume that the way you're reading it is the way it's meant to be done. Green egg shells is different to green eggs, Garland. If I wanted to eat old eggs, I'd go to Asia and have the 100-year-old egg. I do not like green eggs and ham. I do not like them, Sam I am. I do not like them in a boat. I do not like them... I can't remember the rest. Avoiding the 100-year-old egg, or the century egg. Oh yeah, don't you... Willie, you couldn't pay me enough money to eat a century... Actually, you probably could. Yeah, you probably could. It would have to be a decent chunk of money, but yeah, you probably could pay me to eat one. Especially seeing if we're talking an amount that would set me up for the rest of my life, you know, and my choice was continue to hustle between chefing and streaming and, you know, on the side businesses helping out mates, or be able to just become a full-time YouTuber and your income is set for the rest of your life, but you must eat a century egg. You can be pretty sure that I would be smashing that century egg quick smart. I mean, I guess it's very different, isn't it, Willie, if you've grown up with it? But for us Westerners, we're just like, you're sorry? What? Chicken's feet I get. They're a pain in the ass to eat, because they're full of little bones and cartilage, but supposedly they are some of the most flavoursome parts of, and fattiest parts of the chicken. More flavoursome and more fattier than a chicken thigh. And that's saying something. Chicken thigh is one of the fattiest white meats that you can get your hands on. I was going to try and come up with a good joke there, and I just couldn't. Oh, yeah, so when you put it like that, Willie, I can definitely side with you. Listening to somebody eat chicken's feet is, yeah. Not, well, look, let's just put it like this. If you're into ASMR, you'll like listening to people eat chicken's feet. As somebody who's not into ASMR, yeah, I feel ya. You know what, Garwin? Maybe that's the thing. Maybe they have been, but I don't know about you. But usually, when you stick your bacteria in, especially in the case of like deep fried chicken feet, when you stick your bacteria in 180, 190 degrees, usually doesn't survive, no matter what it is. Not to mention it's probably been cleaned prior, but just to make sure. If there's a COVID we haven't discovered, it will come from a chicken foot. Look, chicken feet are not quite that weird. You know, you don't have to go to specialty locations in wet markets in rural parts of Asian countries to find them. However, you do have to with that. Actually, that reminds me, when I was doing a food tour in Thailand, in Chiang Mai, we were doing a street food, we were doing a cooking class, and part of the cooking class is they would take us to a local market to get our produce. And part of going to the market to get our produce is we would get to taste some of the various produces that were available. You know, this was early in the morning, so very much all the locals coming out for their day to get their ingredients to cook their meals for the rest of the day, etc. And one of the, amongst other things like Northern Thai sausage and all that, which is I've already had before and is absolutely spectacular. If you're ever in Northern Thailand and you don't have Northern Thai sausage, you're insane. But we were going past a stall and they had like banana leaves, vine leaves, all wrapped up that had been grilled, and they were 20 baht. So 20 baht is less than $1 Australian, so obviously less than 1 USD as well. And the person's like, take a little bit of this like cakey, bready, doughy stuff and you dip it in the thing that's in the banana leaf and you eat it. And they're just like, and everyone's like, what is it? And they're like, it's a pork dish. And we're like, oh, okay, cool, pork, you know, Thailand and pork, very good, all awesome, you know, let's, and it was fantastic. Spicy, salty, many various Thai spices, really delicious. But it was mashed up pork brains. Yes, it would have been, really? No, it didn't bother me either. I was like, and? Have you tasted it? It's delicious. But there was a few people in the crew who were like, look, it's very nice, but now that I know what it is, no thank you. And I was like, well, that's, you know what it is, you know you like it, but you just can't, some people just can't get past the whole, It's. I wasn't necessarily saying it because it was weird. It's not something weird. It was just, I found it very interesting how through answering questions in a very simple manner, that the person who was in front of the tour, or in charge of the tour, should I say, has managed to convince a whole group of people to eat pork brain by literally telling them it's spiced Thai pork in a banana leaf. Well, this is true, Willie. This is true. What they don't realise is that the bargain basement nuggets probably have a similar ingredients list to the, in terms of body parts, to the what was in the banana leaf. I'm tempted on one of these really thin strips of water to try and see if we can put this down, just as a challenge. And then the other challenge is if we use up too much room stopping, how do we get going again? But that's a problem for future Bryce to sort out. To see what happens with the mealworm trade, Willie. This is probably the first time you've probably ever heard this from somebody who chefs. But explain, what is the mealworm trade? Hey, Bikes and More is down. He's probably actually picked the best place to get down there. Let's see. Very narrow. Yeah, I don't think that's the spot somehow. Somebody's house is in the Mekong there, according to Bing Maps. Get the feeling that's maybe slightly wrong. Just really says, mealworms are a hot favourite as an alternative meat source. Generally mashed into a minced ground meat, they work well. Oh! How have I not heard of this? Especially with somebody who's got a mother who's vegan. Not for animal rights or anything, it's just dietary requirements. Too many dietary requirements, just it was easier for her to become vegan. Yeah, how have I not heard of this? I mean, Willie, to be fair, Australia does not look at the monarchy and all that in the same way that you guys do in the UK. So that's probably got a lot to do with it. I mean, honestly, I was just like, oh, okay, cool. That's awesome procession that they've got set up, and that was about as much notice as I took of the funeral. Might sound completely terrible, but as we try to make another landing here, I get the feeling we're going to be too high and too fast again. Oh god. Oh god. Right, let's just keep it in the wet parts. Not that there's much wet parts, because otherwise we're going to have a really rough time trying to get back up here. There we go. Landed on the Mekong. Oh god. I've run around and I've spun around. Right. That didn't quite go the way I expected it to. Turns out that a plane on water acts in the same way that that a boat does on water. I know. Right, so... well... It's getting my pushback in the Mekong River. Nothing to see here. Nothing to see here. Bob. Yeah. Realism. Microsoft Flight Simulator, ladies and gentlemen. See, the problem is there's not actually enough water here to have performed a landing. Correct, that is exactly right. That is what you call a sailor with no arms and no legs, Willie. Bob. Right, so I guess that if I give it some jandle and a bit of right rudder, we'll hopefully come unstuck eventually with enough power. Come on. I want to break free. I want to break free. Calling pigeons got the same problem. Right. Glad it's not just me. Nearly. Come on. You spin me right round, baby, right round. I got full power in. Oh, your landing gear took you out of it, so you can just pop the landing gear out. Is that what you're saying, calling pigeons? I can just literally pop some gear. It's not what I meant. Oh, here we go. Oh. Come on. No, this way. Take me to the, okay, gear out. Come on. Well. Ooh. Around. Keep going. Don't tip the wing. Okay. Well, I guess this is what's called karma. After spending the first 10 minutes of the stream roasting Calling Pigeon for doing the same thing at the airport, I have been blessed by the sim gods. To any sim gods that might be currently listening, help. Oh. Come on. Whee! Yeah, buddy. Alright, so we're going to take off in the wrong direction just so we can take off and get ourselves out of this complete mess. Maybe. This is full I'm like, why are we full power and not getting one anywhere? That would be because we've got our landing gear down in the water. I mean, it is some consolation, really, but the last canyon flight we did a similar thing. I was changing cameras, came on a really sharp corner, tried to bring the TB21 around in it, didn't, took out the canyon. Right, let's do a takeoff on the side of the Mekong River banks. This is completely safe. It's a different type of OnlyFans here, Garwin. Use the hump to get some air, or not. Stay away from the water. Okay, well, we're in the air. Now I need to bring the landing gear up to have any hope. And then we need to fly straight for a bit so we can gain some speed. Oh yeah, I will flaps up, but I need to be doing a little bit more than... I was doing 45 knots. If I pull the flaps up, we're just going to go swimming again. Alright. Hold it. Keep it in the air. Keep it in the air. Wonderful. We've got to somehow climb out of this canyon. Come on. No, it won't be full on the mixture because we are a little bit of altitude. It's probably a little too much out on the mixture. This Cessna just does not perform with the same vivacity as it does without the skis on it, for the water skis. So I'm assuming that they probably are to the detriment of the flying characteristics. So we might be able to use this valley here to turn it around. Turn around. Every now and then I get a little bit stranded in the Mekong River. I had to relate that somehow to the stream. No, full mixture right now. Full mixture. There we go. Right, now we're heading in the right direction. We've got good speed. doing 70 knots. We can pull the next lot of flaps out. There we go. Now we're making progress. So we're not actually making progress. Well, we definitely got ourselves out of a sticky situation there. Now we, there we go. Can go no flaps. Yeah, well, we're free. I should have a look at the little nav map and see with how much time I just wasted, how far have we still got to go? Okay. Cool. We are not even halfway. Okay. Cool. Well, you know what I mean, Willie. I do have so when I stream on weeknights like this, I do have certain time frames that I have to meet, and that means I have to keep the stream at around 2.5 hours to then enable myself enough time to slow the brain back down and get ready to go to bed, because I wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning for cafe work. So the benefit is I have evenings so I can stream. But I have time constraints, that's all. So I'm just more looking at it from that perspective, that's all. Willie says, off to work. It calls for the next 5 hours. Just turn your phone off, then it won't be able to call you. Have a great rest. Thank you very much, Willie. Thank you very much for jumping in as well. Really appreciate that. Catch you later. Look after yourself. Enjoy work as much as you possibly can. I know that's a interesting sentence in itself, but I'm sure you'll be able to, if anybody can figure out a way to do it, you can. When we meet up with this waypoint up here, I'm probably going to set the autopilot again. Go fill up my bottle of water. And then we'll probably drop down back into the canyon again at a later time. I just don't really feel like attempting to land again and stitching myself up completely. Because tired Bryce is not a very nice Bryce. Especially in a stressful kitchen situation. I've learnt that over the years, that is for sure. I feel like up here is just as good a view as being down there anyway. I mean, up here you get to see it all. Down there, obviously, you know, you get to see everything up close. But Cool. Just making sure I had everything set, and I do. Ladies and gentlemen, Brett Pound is here. G'day, Brett, mate. Welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing well. Now that autopilot is set, I'm going to go put some water in this water bottle, and I'll be back in a moment. Let's see what the doggos have been occasionally barking at as well, if anything. Don't worry, Brett, it's not you. I haven't decided to leave just because you've got here, I promise. Back in a moment. Certainly taking offense at that no matter what you say. Well, sorry, not sorry. Both the Bretts have they've come together and they're plotting against me. It's I feel like I'm being played. I definitely don't feel like I'm being pounded. There's not one thing that I want from the Bretts. No thank you. It's too far. The Triple B squad. What, you've got Brett, and... Or are you including me in the Triple B squad? Oh, sweet. I've never been a member of a squad before. What do we do? It's my first task, instruction. I don't know why I'm doing crazy eyes at the camera, but anything. Anyway, we do nothing. That's the point. I thought I was already a member of that squad. I'm professional at doing nothing. My phone's just having a complete and utter fit over there. It's just like... Okay, right, I got notifications. I get it. I mean, hey, look, you know, now, Brett, I've got a thing next to my name. I'm part of the Triple B squad. Look, Garwin, I understand what you're going for there. With the GOB squad, I get that. Grumpy old bastards. Sure. But That wasn't the first. That wasn't the first direction in which my brain went when it read the Gob Squad. 'Cause, well, I'm assuming you know what it means. Nah, you're all good, Brett. You're all good. And that's Brett Plays. Ah, so Brett, you're watching the stream. So let's do this. Poundy, you're watching the stream on a calculator, microwave, television. I mean, you got smart TVs. Oh, sorry, yeah, you've got smart TVs these days. Wow, genius. I meant fridge. You got smart fridges these days. Oh, you don't know what it means. Okay, so a gob, or a gobby, is slang for a blowjob. So, hence why I figured calling yourselves the Gob Squad is, well, as long as you're receiving, I guess. Oh, it's Sphere Candy. Yeah, okay. Us Aussies obviously like to just go deep. No, not deep. It's not what I meant. Never mind. I can't retract that statement now, can I? No matter what I do. So. Young people's talk these days, Brett. No, this is young people's talk back from when I was young. Back in my day. I used to have to walk 40 kilometers uphill in the... Oh, hang on, no, that's my grandparents. Wrong generation. It's a very picturesque part of the world up here, but it's very, very remote as well. Life was so much simpler back in your day? Well, yes. First things first, you didn't have the internet or mobile phones, which means you actually had a life outside of the house. I mean, so did I, being born in 93. I can tell you right now, the internet wasn't much chop in 93. But I still knew all the people in my street growing up. I used to, hang out with all the kids, ride bikes, play sports. Same thing. Street lights came on. Home you go. But I get the feeling the whole go outside, have fun, enjoy yourself, do outdoor activities, all started to change in those early 2000s once the internet started to become a thing, a proper thing, broadband internet, etc. That's very true, Garwin. Although we're not going to sit here in chat promoting the outrunning of police, are we? And not that you did that, Garwin. Not at all. That's definitely not the vibe that you were giving off. So very interesting that you went down that path, though, of topic. Just out of the blue. Feel like you might have a story to share with us. Story time with Garwin. What will he tell us today? I don't know. That's the world's shittest jingle because it was come up with right now, on the spot. Might have to get that, further forward and potentially actually have, place where Garwin comes and tells his live stories. I reckon I might have to work on the jingle just a small amount, because if I send that to any TV executives, they're going to be like, "Did you spend 5 seconds on this?" I mean, I did, but yeah. In your next stream. Okay, so now I need to make sure that I catch Garwin's next stream. Calling Pigeon is still having the time of his life down there in the PC6. I've had the time of my life. Sorry. Nothing like a bit of dirty dancing to get, into the mood for the stream. Oh, I can tell I've been awake since 5 a.m. because I am yawning, and it's 8:46 p.m. and I used to stream at like 3 a.m. but then I got old. I honestly don't know why I do this. Give you the eyes from the microphone. I mean, I can literally achieve the same thing from here. I think maybe I've been, even though I don't like it, maybe I've watched too much ASMR, which is a real contradiction in terms, because why would I watch something that I don't like? And I haven't watched any ASMR. So, why am I trying to be the next ASMR? I don't know. Garwin says, I have a dog coming in about 15 minutes that I have to dog sit for a week. Is it a good dog? What sort of dog is it? Tell us about the dog. Seeing as you're going to keep us waiting for your next stream for your Outrun the Police story, you criminal you, tell us about the dog. Oh, your parents are going on holiday. Hey, my parents just did that as well. Lucky. Not that I can really talk. I just came back from... But still. That's a rough job. Make you barking mad. Brett plays. This is my job, not your... I'm the cringy pun and dad joke person in this stream. It's a Jack Russell that suffers from primordial dwarfism. So it's a very small Jack Russell. Time him out. I'm not that mean to Brett Plays. I'm only that mean to Bruden and Garwin. Yeah, Brett plays. Poundy says I should time you out. Sorry, I need to do the right Sorry, that was just the animation of me driving the bus over Poundy. So more like flippers. So it's good. The dog's good at swimming. Hang on, whose was a good pun? Much better than our host's. I see how it is, Garwin. I see how it is. I come in here, I make you an admin. Well, moderator. Let's not get too fucking ahead of myself here. I know you did tell. Yes. Literally about to say, you did warn me. Yes. Yes, I did. Do I regret my decision? No, actually. Not even in the slightest. Live to regret it sometime in the future. If you live, sorry, just performing a system reboot. If you dwell in the future on what happened in the past, you're never going to leave the past. God, I'm so philosophical. Even though many, many people have said that same passage in various different forms of wording, I'm going to claim that I was number one. Until somebody proves to me otherwise. I'm just tired and emotional. Tired, yes. Emotional. A little bit earlier today. But that was just related to annoying people at work. Like customers. Yeah, it's just the last 2 Tuesday shifts. So, you know, come in, done all of my stuff, got a few early on breakfast dockets, then nothing for hours. And in those hours, you know, you smash out as much prep as you possibly can for the week coming up. And then, so the kitchen closes at 2 p.m. Every Tuesday at 1:30 p.m. I swear we get 6 or 7 tables who decide they want lunch. And I'm just like, just finished prepping, guys. I've got all these dishes and now you're going to add to my dishes and I have to do the dishes. Doesn't sound like a big thing right now, but when you get to that 1:30 p.m. and you've done 90% of the dockets for the day and you've done all your prep and all that's left to do is dishes, to then get 6 to 8 tables, you're like, I don't know, maybe it got to me a lot earlier today because I was really, really, really tired earlier today. And then I got to like 2 p.m. and I was fine. Anyway, there's my sob story for the day. I know. I don't know how I made it through. As I said, I think I was being a little bit OTT because of the tiredness and because I think I was quite hungry at the time as well, so I was hangry. But, you know, you said you're tired and emotional, so I just wanted to validate that. I was emotional and then tired. No, I was tired, then I was emotional, then I was tired. You know what? I'm going to stop analysing this. Give everybody, at this point, everybody's just like, hey, King Lord. Just had a thought come across my brain, Garwood. What is the time in your part of the world? Is it like 4:55 a.m.? Oh, it's 6:54. Good to know I know the time zones. Would have thought I would have figured it out by now. My first question, William, was gonna be, can you share whatever substances are currently being consumed? Because I don't see a bright streak going into the river. Now we're at the part of the Mekong we can probably safely land, I would say. Oh, you mean the POI marker? Okay, that makes more sense. See, when you said bright streak, I just assumed like this vivid splash of colours across the river. That's all. Yes, it's definitely a meteor, Garwood. 100%. So, our next, coming up on our right-hand side in a moment, you will see the lovely, lovely town of Sampu. Does he? Well, it depends if he's had his prune juice or not. It's amazing how such a trickle of water that was the Mekong there further back is now this vast body of water. I was going to try and come up with some really, really smart analogy on what we're currently flying over, but honestly, it's water. Not prune juice, cranberry juice, whatever juice makes you regular. Well, William, supposedly the rumours were saying that it was, and I actually loaded up the sim a couple of hours earlier, just in case. I got hit with the surprise, sim update 10's here. And it didn't happen. And then because I shut the sim down and was going to restart it before this stream, I got concerned that I was going to load it up at stream time and they were going to be like, haha, tricked you, got you now. Cranberry is good for your kidneys. Maybe? Honestly, from what I've heard, the cranberries are just associated with zombies. Calling pigeons on the river, but he cannot stop. Well, it was nice knowing you, calling pigeon. It really was. Yeah. Perfect timing as well. We've got a sunset occurring. Where are the water breaks? I don't know, you think I used brakes before when I landed? It's probably how I ended up in the position I did. Which song is that, sorry, going? Was it one it was playing, or was it one that I mentioned just in what I was saying before? Also, guys, thank you very much for 14 likes. Really appreciate this. This is the first stream we've done in this time slot. And to have averaged, I think we've averaged around 10 viewers. We've got 14 likes. I'm quite blown away by it. So thank you very much for all your support and being here. Especially some of you who've been awake at ridiculous times of the morning or ridiculous times of the evening in the case of William, to be here. Oh, Cranberry Zombie, yeah. Very true. Very true, Garvin. It's a fantastic tune. But you see, the problem with the tune, with that particular song, Garvin, is it always gets stuck in your head. In your head. Yeah, I can only assume, Garwin, that like what happens sometimes, you know, people, they have a mental breakdown that they're not going to be able to fill the shoes that they created with the remake, because so many remakes have gone so wrong. And as sad as it sounds, you know, sometimes people who are in a bad state of mental, you know, as you know, as I know, as probably a lot of people within this stream know, it makes you think of doing things that you would never otherwise consider. When your back's against the wall and you have nowhere to turn, and you can't go back on, you know, things that you've said and done and promises you've made, you know, I feel like a similar thing probably occurred to Chester Bennington from, Garwin literally took the words out of my mouth. Like Chester Bennington. Her and Chester, so alike in so many ways. Unfortunately, in the ways that you probably don't want to be alike with someone. Chester, I still personally think Chester Bennington has, still has and had one of the greatest vocals for the particular style of music that Linkin Park did. Like, you're going to struggle to ever find anyone who can match what Linkin Park did with Mike Shinoda and Chester Bennington at their peak. And their peak, I would say, would be the early 2000s to the early 2010s, that 10-year period. There should be an airport just in under those clouds, I think. Simuangan. I could not pronounce that unless I heard it. Oh, you have a float plane flight this week as well going. Yours is in Hawaii. Oh, you're ever in the Hawaiian Islands. Very nice. Nice part of the world. So we are right now, we are in Laos, and we are looking directly at Thailand. So the Mekong River is the border between Laos and Thailand. Obviously, and our destination is in up 2 seconds. Alright, I'm back. I was just trying to figure out if I've got both doggos in here, and the answer is, of course I do. Oh, do you not want to be in here, Belle? Hello. You want Belle? Alright, so what did I miss whilst I was not here? Yeah, I use the same mod manager going because Brett told me about it. It is mint. So good. Single click. In to the community folder, out of the community folder. Bang. You can even get it to do cool things like remove the Microsoft Flight Simulator loading screen during the mod manager will actually start the sim without a loading screen. And when I say the loading screen, I mean like Xbox Studios and Black Shark AI and all that. Well, it gets rid of that. It's really cool. What you doing, pal? Don't lick me. Just because you can smell the bones in me doesn't mean you can lick me to try and get at them. Yeah, that's exactly right, Brett. That's what I do as well. Update coming along. Bang, 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 bang. Everything out. Install the update. Start the sim. Shut the sim down. Bang, 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 bang. And figure out the problems from there. No, so, well, if you want everything to be used through MSFS add-ons linker, yes, you do need to put everything in a game. But I only run my freeware stuff in Microsoft Flight Simulator add-ons linker because Orbex and Marketplace does all the updates that I need it to for all of my other products when sim and world updates occur. But Brett might do it differently. Brett's a hell of a lot more of an expert probably in the program than I am. Because, as you've said there, Garwin, the understanding is that if an add-on is going to cause problems, it's most likely to be a freeware because they obviously take a little bit of time to do updates for freeware-related stuff every time there's a sim update. This is a very, very spectacular light to fly the Mekong in, I must say. Yeah, so I do the same thing, Brett. All my freeware stuff is kept separate from the community folder so that I can do exactly what you're saying. Bang, okay, don't want that anymore, and it goes back into that folder. It's so good. Sorry, I know it sounds like I'm, sponsored. I promise you I'm not. Just that comment about, oh, what's, I was just like, ooh, that's a thing I know about that Brett told me about. So, we do not have long left on this flight, about 10 minutes. 10 minutes until we arrive at our first stop, which is, now I'm going to try and say it again, Banhuese, which I believe is in Vietnam. Could also be in Laos. It is in Laos. It is in Laos. And so leg 2 of this, we're going to be heading a little bit further up the Mekong. Obviously, what a surprise that is. To Luang Prabang. Yep. So everything that both Bretts have said right now is able to be done with that MSFS add-ons linker. It is fantastic. Now Garwin has all the information he could possibly ever need. And of course, if you have any questions about how to operate it, specific things or whatever, hit Brett's Discord up, hit my Discord up, hit your own Discord up, and just do it at everyone post, you know? We'll assist as best as we possibly can, sir. Yeah, exactly. There you go. It's a good excuse when somebody asks, "Hey, have you learned all the server stuff yet?" No, I haven't, but check this out. Look what I have learned how to do. Who knows? Garwin the techie. Speaking of absolutely necessary mods for the sim, obviously there's 2 that come to mind straight away, 3 that come to mind straight away, 4 that come to mind straight away. The more I think, the more come to mind straight away. What a coincidence. So, fly-by-wire A320 mod. If you fly the A320 and you don't want to buy the Phoenix, that 100%. The Salty mod for the 747, same reason. Brings the 747 to be a nice aircraft. Microsoft Flight Simulator add-ons linker, and the working title Garmin cockpit mod. The reason I'm going on about this is before we finish up this stream in 5-10 minutes time, does anybody else have any programs, mods, add-ons that they swear by for the sim? Mr. Pound, I can give you a hand with that. I am by no means a highly knowledgeable expert, but I can definitely get you to the point where you're able to load up, enter your flight plan into the FMS, and get the flight plan going. Now, I won't be able to show you how to enter every single thing that you need to enter in the FMS, but I will be able to show you how to do it enough to get you from point A to point B with ILS, landing mode, and the whole kit. And that's only because Mr. Von Braun sat down and provided the same service for myself. Ran me through everything. I am on PC. I'm interested in gliders, Poundy. I just haven't had a proper play with them yet within the sim, so I can't make a definitive call. What is my plane doing? Okay. It appears that it's decided that we are going to land right now. So, we are going to land right now, according to this thing. Which doesn't seem possible because we are literally right above the airport. So it looks like we're going to be doing a second loop. You still have I have never experienced that bug before, Garland. Ever. Do you run the Google Maps mod for little nav map, Garland?
Could have done something, but now I'm left with an empty heart.
Oh, I can definitely streamline that for you, Brett. We can get you in and off the ground in like 15 minutes if you want. You don't have the Google Map add-on for little nav map. Try it, because I've been running little nav map with the Google Map overlay add-on, the satellite, and I have never had that problem that you just described. Now, I'm not saying that's a coincidence. Well, sorry, that could be a coincidence, is what I'm trying to say. But maybe having Google Maps in little nav map doesn't. I don't know. I'm gonna go past this bridge and come back around, just because I reckon flying over the bridge would be cool on approach. I have to laugh at the fact that the cars don't yet go on the bridges. They get to the bridge and then they go underwater. It's like, well, what's the point of the bridge? I thought for a moment that we were going to find this runway wasn't lit, and I was going to be like, oh god. Nah, but we're good, we're good. Other than the fact that I am way too low, we're good. Yeah, that's weird, Garland. And that's one of the things I still find incredibly weird about this sim, is that some people running the same things, all identical, etc., and people have completely different scenarios with it, situations they find themselves in. And it doesn't make any sense. Yeah, no, this runway isn't lit, so I'm glad that we are approaching it now, that's for sure. I forgot about the fact that this is an aircraft with water skis on it. So I went to flare as if I had normal landing gear, and yeah, it's not quite the same. Is that FedEx ground vehicles here? I wonder how realistic that might in fact be. Yeah, the on-ground characteristics of these float planes is not, it's just not as nice. So that's it. Singapore Airlines cargo at Ban Huese. Yeah, sure. That seems realistic. God, your PC6 is so much bigger, calling pigeon. What do they say? It's not always about the size, it's about how you use it. Alright, well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Laos and to Ban Huese here on the lovely Mekong River, right here at sunset. That does actually bring us to the end of the stream. It does bring us to the end of leg 1 as well. Hope you guys did enjoy that one as much as I did. You know, lovely views over the top. Awesome views down in the canyon area as well. I mean, you really cannot go wrong, hey? But if you did enjoy the stream, please do consider, if you haven't already, liking, subscribing to the channel and hitting the notification bell very, very gently if you haven't done that. I would be very, very appreciative. But, ladies and gentlemen, legends of the high regard, wherever you are in the world, you look after yourselves, you stay safe, you stay well, you don't do anyone I wouldn't do or I did, and I'll see you all, hopefully, in the next stream. Cheers, legends. Thank you very much.